Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Transparent Homeschool. If you have not been around here before, my name is Beth and I am a homeschooling mom. I have 4 kids and we currently homeschool 3 of them, and it is the summertime, and so that is when I do all of my homeschool planning for the next year. One of the most important things that I do every summer to get ready for the next school year is I redo my room. I reconfigure furniture, I borrow things from other rooms, and I do that because we spend a lot of time in our homeschool room throughout the year, and so at the beginning of every school year, I just like to breathe new life into it, make it different, to kind of get, things exciting for the next school year. So I'm going to bring you along for a homeschool room tour today, but I am standing right next to my stairs, and so this is where I'm going to start, and I'll just kind of go through the room with you. So I will flip the camera around, and we will do like a pan real quick of the room, and then I will just start to, I'll just start to show you what I've changed around in our homeschool room. So like I said, I am starting at my stairs. I moved our whiteboard. It used to be right there. You can still see the 2 anchors. I was not overly motivated to fill them in, so we put that here. And then I changed, brought all of the books out here with some really big pillows back down there, and our hamster, he got moved too. So this is a really quick view of our room. I did not buy anything brand new furniture-wise. I reused what I had, and I think that's one of the greatest things about redoing a space is because you can use things that you already have. If you notice, I have a lot of plants around my room this year because I just found out that green plants make me happy. Well, let me just say this. This is the only one that is real. All the others are fake. This is one of the shelves that has our games. And then down here, these 2 are Melissa and Doug floor puzzles. And then this one is full of like baby board puzzles and then just like kid-size puzzles. I have a lot more downstairs also, but that's just what stays in our homeschool room. If you've been around my channel before, you will recognize this piece of furniture. It has been around for maybe, 9 years. In the top here, I keep all of my printer paper, and I put it up here. That way, little hands do not get it. They don't know where it is. And same thing with my command strips and my tape. For some reason, tape is just something I can never find when I need it. Next, in the one underneath that, I moved all of our watercolor supplies in here. It's just easier because I have budding artists and they love to use the watercolors, so I just said, if I put it out here, it's a lot easier for them to get. And then all of this is like holiday themed games, bingo, scavenger hunts, things like that. This one is all of our art paper. I have watercolor, drawing paper, like general paint paper, so that's in this one. This one is just full of notebooks. Some of them are currently being used, some of them are brand new. And then down here I have some clipboards. And then down here at the very bottom I have just a bin of some nice soft fleece blankets. My husband likes to keep the house a little bit chilly, and so if anyone gets cold, that's what they are there for. This is brand new to us, so I guess I did buy 2 things. These 2 things are brand new. But this is just a corkboard for my youngest daughter. This is stuff that she did last year for her kindergarten year, and she wanted to display it because she thought it was really pretty. This candle is from Walmart and it smells really good. It is vanilla pear and coconut. It's really a lovely scent and I like it. This is my new planner and I will be making a whole video about my planner, so watch out for that. Again, if you've been around my channel, you've seen this before in different various, having different uses and purposes. So I have some folders down here, a Pixicade thing, some logic puzzles for kids, and a doodle pad. This one is a big doodle pad, and then the other two Pixicade books. And then, of course, the famous bin of crayons that you're never going to use, but you have it because you're a homeschooling parent. You're supposed to. And then colored pencils. I'm supposed to have a thing of markers. I don't know where that went. So that one would go back there. And then this one is all the puzzle pieces for my 2.5-year-old. He loves doing his puzzles. We do them about twice every day. And then some trains for him. I like to have things out here for him to do. That way he can be with us while we are learning and stuff, and that there are things that he can do. So last year I had one of the board game shelves kind of right underneath that. But I wanted to make, I guess, things look a lot more simple and uncluttered this year, and so I kept the TV where it was and then got one of those wire hangers or hiders, the wire hiders. And so I think it looks really clean and crisp, and I very much enjoy it. So again, this is not new either. We have the laptops here, my daughter's Switch, an extra binder, and some extra folders, page protectors, and page dividers. This is all of our whiteboards. I gave them a really nice cleaning. They needed it desperately. And so we have all of the whiteboards there. This is colored cardstock, notebook paper, white cardstock. I don't know what's going to go here yet. And then down here I have Discovery decks. These are from the Waldock Way, and I will link them below if you were interested. But basically it has like all things cats, and then it goes through different questions about cats. You scan the QR code, and then you get to watch a quick video about that question. And I bought a whole bunch of different ones for next year that we'll kind of just go through little by little. I don't really have a schedule for them, but just kind of interest-led when my kids want to do that. And then all of these are school binders. These are all of the science binders that I have. This is a Who Would Win study that we're going to also do as a family. And so this is also from the Waldock Way. And we're going to read each of these 6 books. And then there is a unit study that goes along with it, with a bunch of different like worksheets and things that we'll go over together as a family. So I have those. And then this over here is like the teacher part of, I guess it's really just this worksheet here. But I do have it in page protectors for me to use throughout the year. Then down here in these bins are, again, more toys for my little one. That way he just has a lot to do, but he can still be out here while we're doing school. If you haven't watched my video about how I homeschool with a toddler, I would suggest you go do that. Again, one of the main things is to have things for them to do so that they are busy. So they're not being busy with all of your things. Up here is my son's corkboard. And so this was a paint by number, and he really liked how it turned out. So I hung it up there. This is our massive thing of scrap paper. Just throughout the year, just we collect it, and then they can use that on anything that they want to. This is basically all like teacher supplies. So I have command hooks, some electrical tape, some random wires and cords and things, my 3-hole punch. This has my Sharpies in it, and those are some cards back there. This is our first day of school banner that I put up every year. These two things go into my Bible study bag when that will start up. And then down here, I have a picture frame that I didn't use, and then just a bunch of extra binders. And then coming on this wall, last year, I decided that I wanted to paint an accent wall. I love the color, so I didn't change it. But this bookshelf and this bookshelf were in my bedroom, and then this table was in our front room. And so they are now up here. So I have another fake plant up there and my little skunk and my sign. This has been with us for a very long time. And then up here on the top shelf, I have the nature notebooks for them. They're bird watching notebooks. These books right here will be in, like, I don't want to say morning basket because I don't know if we're going to do it in the morning or just whenever we have the time. But these are apologetic books that we're going to go through as a family next year. And then these two are our history books. We did volume 1 last year. Volume 2 will be this year. A folded flag, and a copy of the Declaration. Coming down to the second shelf, another plant, Sing a Song of Seasons. I've had this book for a long time, and we've used it sporadically on and off, but I would really like to be a lot more consistent this year with just reading 1 poem a day. This was a paint by number that my daughter did. She thought it was really pretty, and I agree with her. So I asked her if I could display it, and she said yes. This is the watercolor set that comes with Language Arts Level 5 from The Good and the Beautiful. And so my son is currently going through that. I have that up here so he knows exactly where it is. And it's just pretty. And then down here we have a box of like dry erase markers and erasers. And then that is our like spray for the board. But you can also, or they can also use it for the wipe clean books here. Underneath here, I have just more stuff for my little guy. Well, I guess these aren't. These are the wrap-ups. And I have a multiplication one, a subtraction one, addition. This is division. And then this one is state capitals. So that's in there. These are for my little guy. And then this is like a gem kit I bought at a consignment sale, and it just has a big box of gems with a chart on it, and they really like going through that every once in a while to look at all of the pretty gems. And then this is a magnet set I got years ago, and it's just fractions. So I do keep that in case we do need help with fractions and visually seeing them. And then that's just like a magnet board. So that is everything that's in this bookshelf. I have my homeschool sign. This is a it's really hard to see, but it's like a, this was my dad's and I just thought it was really pretty. So it's with us up here. I have our timer, the best pencil sharpener in the world, a fake plant, a little saying, and then blocks down here again for my little guy or my kids. They like to do that. Our trash can, and then over here I have our globe, another little flower thing, American flag, little fox friend. Up in this one I have our pastels. I have oil and chalk pastels in here. And then this one is a bunch of extra teacher supplies. And then these are Not Consumed Ministries Bible studies. These two on the end here, I actually found, I found these just in my school supplies as I was going through them earlier. And I was like, oh, look, extra Bible studies. But then we are doing 2 this year. So this one is Immeasurable Treasure, the Attributes of God. And then this one is, what is this one? Do Right. So like the armor of God and acting righteously and things like that. Down here are the microscopes. This one comes with like pre-made slides, or it came with slides you can make your own things with. And then this one is like a Christmas present for like preschoolers. It has pre-made slides, but the microscope like talks to you and things like that. On the next shelf here, I have our homeschool books that we will be using this year. Explode the Code. This is my son's new math. Their, nope, wrong one. Their history, like worksheets and things. And then these books are for history as like read alouds, the DVD for his math, the manipulatives for his math. And then we're also doing a paleontology unit from Master Books I'm really excited about. And then my daughter is doing the Bones and Stones unit from The Good and the Beautiful, Little Hearts and Little Hands. So that is over there. Down here I just have, again, more stuff for my little guy to play with, or just anybody really. The learning palette. This is like a drawing mat with like water. And then in here are tangrams and some drawing boards. Our first day of school board. And then down here I have the Light Bright. I have the Light Bright in there, and then my laminating machine down there. So that is that bookshelf. And then that is my daughter's corkboard. And then I kept these two the same. This is new this year, obviously. I really wanted more of a togetherness feel. And we are going to be doing a lot more subjects like together. And so I wanted all of their desks to be able to see the TV. We're going to do science together and some other videos. I used this a few years ago. It's just a supplies caddy. And so I brought that back out to put in the middle there. So it is like a communal, school supplies. That is my desk in my little corner here. This is not new. I just put peel and stick wallpaper from the dollar store on the side. I have teacher supplies here, books or lists and things, some resources that I'm using, and then that's my paper cutter. So extra teacher supplies, and then down here is all of my camera stuff. This is my printer, and then to finish off the room, this was downstairs in our front room, and so I brought it up here. It is just a puzzle of all of the different C.S. Lewis books. My husband and I are very large C.S. Lewis fans, so it's really pretty. These are their homeschool records. This dog came from my grandpa's house when he was alive, and so my mom brought it back, and it's awesome. Watch. Oh my goodness. And so it goes through the song, and my kids just love it. My son drew that for me. The wooden spoon, you know what that's for. And then this is the last of the board games. Down here are our independent logic games that they can pull out if they need a quiet activity to do. And then these are all of our card games that we have. So that is like the room. But then I did come over here and redo the school supplies closet. There was just stuff that we weren't really using anymore, and so I got rid of it. So I have some printer ink, our hot glue gun, label machine, paintbrushes, and some cups, and a huge box of rubber bands. Down here is our calendar that I took off the wall, and then some different things. These are the counting cubes that we've had forever. This is a big box of extra crayons, big box of extra colored pencils, and there was extra markers in here. I wonder where those went. Cotton balls, just some craft supplies up here, so like bags and like rollers, like foam rollers and things like that. Random school supplies, glue sticks, stamps. This is stuff for my Cricut, acrylic paint, and then a bunch of different craft supplies. That is my paper cutting. It has like a blade. This is where my Cricut is. This is my daughter's art set, another little art set that we got. And then up there is all, let me see if I can get up there. Bunch of different like big bottles of acrylic paint. So not too much has changed in my supply closet, but I did clean it out and organize it. So that is that. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I really enjoy changing around my homeschool space every year. That way it's all new, and it just has like a new breath, a new purpose for it. And so that is something that I do every summer before the school year starts. I make everything different, and I really like this configuration. Like I said, every year there's always something that I want to try as far as like with their desks. And so last year I wanted them to have like separate areas, and it worked fine. But now this year I want to try to have everybody, you know, like together. And I think that's going to be really, really interesting to see how we went last year from individual desks to being all together this year. So yeah, that is, like I said, the books are over there. The whiteboard is there. So we will just work with this and see how it, just see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching. I will be making a lot more of planning and the start of school coming up with all of that. So I will see you guys in my next video really soon. Bye.